Hello, welcome to Infosphere, technology through time. Let's get started. The wheel, one of mankind's best inventions, arguably the best. The wheel is a circle and rotates on an axis, meaning easy transport for produce, people, and even carriages. This wheel was invented 4,000 years ago, and this makes it a very, very old invention. This was over 6,000 years ago from today, and this is very impressive because we still use the wheel today. Think of cars, think of bikes, motorbikes, scooters. Every form of modern transportation, apart from planes and boats, still uses this amazing piece of technology. The telephone, created by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, this revolutionized communication, allowing people to communicate from far away. This has been used again ever since, but has evolved very much. We've gone from a telephone that was wired to one, a landline as people call it, to the mobile phones that we have now, that are touch screen and do more than just phone. They can do many things, take photos, play games for entertainment. But these original phones were simply just communication. The phonograph. This device mechanically recorded and played back sound. This was made only a year after the telephone by Thomas Edison. It was the most common way to listen to recorded music all the way up until the 1980s. A stylus or a needle follows a groove on a rotating disc, reproducing through vibrations. It was later known as a gramophone, or since the 1940s, a record player. This was amazing. You could now play music, and it was the earliest form of some sort of radio. And now, from today's sponsor. Have you ever felt lonely and wanted to play with someone? Well, here is your opportunity. Ollie is on Fiverr and he has sponsored this video. For a very cheap price, you can play with him. £4 Great British pounds or $5. He will play with you for an hour. He's available in many different games. If you're ever feeling lonely, this is your guy. I've done this before. It's amazing. Go show him some love. Anyway, back to the video. The automobile, created in 1885 by Carl Benz. It didn't actually go out on a commercial until 1888, when his wife, Bertha, went out without his knowledge on a 64-mile trip to see her mother. An automobile is still in practice today. As you know, there are cars everywhere. It's an amazing invention, using engine and fuel to run and move a body that can carry people and items. It was a faster, more efficient version of the horse and carriage we'd seen years before. The radio, invented by Guglielmo Marconi. He was experimenting with the radio since 1894 and was sending transmissions over longer and longer distances. In 1901, he reported transmissions of Morse code letter S across the Atlantic from Cornwall to Newfoundland. This excited the world. As we know, the radio, think of it, is still in cars, it's in everything to this day. The radio allows music to be sent over waves over long distances, allowing people to listen to their music without having to buy the records and a record player, which can be a challenge. This made a massive difference and is still used to this day. The aeroplane, 1903. On December 17th, 1903, Orville Wright made the first airplane flight of 120 feet near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. He and his brother Wilbur made 4 flights that day. On the last, Wilbur flew 852 feet. And since then, plane flights have got longer, and faster and more efficient. We have massive planes now, like the 737 Boeing, and these transport hundreds of people at once to their chosen destinations. This is a massive advancement for humankind. It's sped up transport and moving around the world for trading dramatically. The only thing it didn't help is diseases like COVID-19, because of airplanes and how fast we can travel, spread a lot quicker than other illnesses before. But overall, the plane has made a massive effect and helped everyone. The television, created in 1927, after the creation of the radio, transmission of image was the next logical step. Early television was used a mechanical disc to scan an image. As a teenager in Utah, Philo T. Farnsworth became convinced that a mechanical system would not be able to scan and assemble images multiple times a second. Only an electronic system would be able to do that. In 1922, 16-year-old Farnsworth worked out a plan for such a system. It wasn't until 1927 that he made the first electronic television transmission, a horizontal line. And as we know, TVs are massive. They can display images with millions of pixels now and display in 4K resolution. TVs have come such a long way since that day when Philo T. Farnsworth invented it, and they're still used to this day. This invention was honestly just so dramatic on the community because you can now tune into broadcasts with imaging and not just sound. The Internet, created in 1974 by Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn. They produced the TCP, or IP, short for Transmission Control Protocol, or Internet Protocol. This describes how data can be broken down into smaller pieces called packets, and how these packets can be transmitted to the right destination. This became the basis of how data is transmitted over the Internet. The Internet is still used now. The Internet is what you're watching this video on currently, and it creates such a nice experience. There's information like Google. You can just find everything you ever want to know. There's content like you're watching now, and just infinite entertainment and things to do. The Internet was a game changer and still is. The Internet is constantly growing, and it really just makes a difference on, I think, everybody's lives. Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn have produced something that no one else could. They changed the world. Artificial intelligence, first created in 2017 by the AlphaGo Artificial Intelligence Program. Artificial intelligence, had become the world's best player. There were simple rules, positions. It's a great player. It had defeated the great player Lee Sedol in a match 4-1. AlphaGo then played itself, and through continual improvement was able to defeat the version that had defeated Lee 100-0. Through machine learning, AlphaGo has become better at the game than any human, and it's only gone further than this. With AI bots like ChatGPT, we can generate scripts, music, and even some AIs can generate entire videos in a matter of minutes. This is crazy because they are learning by themselves and they were not fully programmed by a programmer. This just blows my mind, and I think has a lot of potential and is also just very scary. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more. This was such an exciting video, and I've learnt so much. I hope you have too. See you next time.